Let's put to a close this issue of the protest by the Oasis Forum. Of course, the Oasis Forum or the conveners of this protest have heeded to the advice of the president that will not go ahead with the protest. But again, I think the president he gave an emphasis. Look, you cannot. Yes, you've mentioned that we have had protests in the past, people protesting against the constitutional making process. But maybe those protests have occurred in this country based on the listening ear from the sitting heads of states in the past. The head of state said, look, this door you want to break is open. Why should you come and break State House door, which is your office, and yet I'm available to receive you. I'm available to hear from you.
Can I tell you something for nothing?
Please.
Having gotten close to my brother and worked with him for a very short time, me, I'm able to read a person within a very short period of time. The problem that my brother has, what he calls dialogue, is not actually dialogue at all. When he invites people to State House that let's dialogue, instead of listening from them, he goes to lecture them. I have been told by one bishop when I was asking him that please, we are now getting out of hand in this country. Why can't you go to State House, advise the president? This bishop told, my dear brother, I will never go to State House for dialogue, because the last time we were there, the two last times I've been there, instead of the president listening, he was just lecturing to us. We never even had an opportunity to tell him or to pour our hearts to him. So my brother must change in all aspects and learn to listen from others. There is no dialogue which is one-sided. Like I said, dialogue must encompass the issue of give and take. If you are dialoguing and one doesn't want to give or take, then you expect the other side just to take, then that is not dialogue at all. That is not dialogue at all. Just like the situation we are talking about, the issue we are talking about. The Oasis Forum says we'll meet the president, and the date is on Friday. On Tuesday, the president holds a press conference, and he says, I'm going ahead with constitutional amendment issues. Now, what is that? What dialogue are you talking about when you've made up your mind? Ichivemba chitila tabashashilelola. Ichivemba chitila tabashashilelola. What that simply means, don't leave things hanging. When you start something, when you start dialogue, finish it, conclude, and let the issue be a buried issue which will never arise again.
You stood against Bill 10 of the PF administration under your late brother Edgar Chagwalungu, the party you belonged to at some point. You fought Bill 10 tooth and nail. Today we are dealing with Bill 7 under the UPND. Of course, earlier you mentioned that the clauses or the proposals are almost the same. Of course, there's some other new proposals in there, such as, for example, the reduction of work experience of one to be appointed as secretary to the cabinet. That is something new which has come via Bill 7 of the UPND. But the question is, what is your, I know you'd want to comment on that, but what is your position should we go ahead and amend the constitution? The argument from the UPND and the president challenged the country. Can you tell me when is the right time to amend the constitution? Because the constitution can be amended at any time. So the issue of having elections or getting done with elections is null and void, according to him.
First and foremost, let me comment on the provision of reducing the experience period for one to be appointed as secretary to the cabinet. Surely, people of Zambia, you can't see the idea behind it. Which Zambian or which civil servant cannot see the idea behind it? President Hakainde Hichilema wants to appoint his own people, his own person. But among the people that he has, nobody has the 10-year experience. If I were Patrick Kanga, I would know that I'm on my way out as a result of that amendment. We wanted, as Zambia, from the beginning, that a person who should be civil servant number one must have a lot of experience at permanent secretary level before he's appointed at at the position of secretary to the cabinet. Why do you want to reduce it? You want to bring you qualified people to run the civil service? No, Mr. President. No, by UPND. That is not right. The secretary to the cabinet must be a person with requisite qualifications and a lot of experience. Because when you mess up the civil service, you mess up the lives of our people. There is no way that a permanent secretary who has only been permanent secretary for 5 years can go and supervise certain permanent secretaries who have been there for 7, 10 years. Permanent secretary who has no institution memory to go. Leave that clause the way it is. You have a pool of permanent secretaries who have been there, some of them from the Kaunda days. They can be permanent secretary with that requisite experience of 10 years. The whole idea, our brother wants to remove that because the people he wants to be secretary to the cabinet do not have that qualification. And it is dangerous to change the constitution to fit an individual. No wonder he's getting agitated and getting upset when the people say, no, we don't want this constitution amendment.
Should the constitution making process go through? Should it go through?
No. Bill 7 must not go through. Abash Bill 7. Bill 7 is poison. It's poisonous. Stop it. Stop it and stop it. Wakwebe mfwa ya kwa noko mutanshi. Ukwali nsoke takwa fuile bantu. Na alikwebele tabulapo. I have warned people of Zambia before on many issues. Don't do this. Don't do this. And mainly what I say has come to pass. So even today I'm warning you, don't accept Bill 7. The president is being mischievous.
Just a few days ago, Dr. Sishua, an historian, he wrote an article exposing or alerting the country that there could be some members of parliament who have gone into cahoots with the UPND administration for a possible bribe so that this bill can go through. You've been a member of parliament. What is your comment around that?
Well, to be specific and to tell the truth, maneuvers of compromising members of parliament when there are certain contentious issues have always been there at parliament. I remember during the NCC, we were approached. No, support us, we can do this for you, support us. We are going to pass a law that motor vehicles for parliamentarians will not be a loan, but a grant. Some of us stood our ground, and the NCC failed to go through. There is a possibility, but I want to speak for my MPs from PF. I doubt if there is anybody, PF MP, who is loyal to the party who can do that at the moment. I trust our MPs. I doubt only those who have shown that they are rebels to the PF. For those, it is possible. But for the other MPs who have been loyal to the party, who have never voted with the MMD, who have never shown any sign of being compromised, I can vouch for them that they can never do that because I trust them.